My mom told me one day about a dream she had, and she said it was a very unusual kind of dream, not only in content, but you know how dreams sometimes are, well, they're not a complete story arc. You know, you wake up or they morph into something else, and this one was just like a complete story. And her dream had more to do with a young man, an older man than the characters in my book, and he had an amazing ability with playing the piano. My mom is a piano teacher, and you know, we've seen people on TV who can, without any training, any lessons at all, hear a very complicated piece and sit down and play it note for note. So that was the ability that her character, that her young man had in this dream. And her dream was more of a love story, you know, as a girl involved. But that got the idea in my head of writing a story about a younger character, a boy, with some kind of amazing, what we would call a savant ability. And I kind of mulled that in the back of my mind for a long time. And I tend to like things that are kind of mathematical. So I was going that route, did some research, and kind of decided that this young boy, his name is Early Auden, who the other character in the story, Jack, calls him that strangest of boys. And Early's amazing ability is that he sees numbers differently than we do. He's also a mathematical genius, I guess we would say. But even beyond that, he sees numbers differently, in particular the number pi, 3.14, on and on. To him, he doesn't see those as just numbers, it's a story. And the main character in that story is a young navigator named Pi. So in the book, these two boys, Jack is a Kansas boy who's set in 1945 in Maine. He is uprooted from his home in Kansas very unexpectedly when his mother dies very suddenly. And his dad has been away in the war for 4 years. And I've spoken in several schools lately, and I don't know that kids really realize, you know, the years from 9 to 14, there's a lot of growing, a lot of changing that happens during those years. So Jack is a very different kid when his dad comes back, and of course his dad is different. He's been away in a war, and his wife is gone. So Jack is very much, the way I put it in the book is he's lost, and he's without bearing, without direction. So this unlikely companionship kind of develops between these two boys, and they end up going on a quest on the Appalachian Trail, seemingly at first in search of this great Appalachian bear that has been spoken of in the newspapers. But as with everybody's story, there's always a little more than you originally think. And these, as Early reveals this Pi story to Jack, there begins to, you start to find parallel things happening in their own journey, or things that are very similar to what's been happening in this Pi story. So, you know, it's really a story of friendship and loyalty and loss, and there's adventure and pirates and whales and a lot of different elements.